Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Moonlace413, and we will be continuing the tour of my world. Also, I finally found a name for this cat. Her name is Patricia, and I now have a horse who is really fast. Her name is Geraldine. I've also been, adding on to the maps a little bit. Eventually this will all be explored. So, first off, this Nether Pathway leads to both my ocean monument, and there is also a little part of it that goes off and explores my friend Lily's house. Her house is where I built my, basically my little summer home. Uh, this pathway is to my village that I, made where I have a bunch of villagers that are the ones that I got all of my emeralds from. Down this way is both to the outside nether and to my nether fortress, because I got really unlucky with my nether spawn and just happened to go into a giant cave in the nether wastes. This way is to my end portal, and then this way is, well, that's my little mine there. But this way is to Granite's house, Mars' house, Bushin's house, as well as Spawn has a little pathway off of that. First, though, we are going to be going to my friend Lily's house and exploring her house over that way. So I made a little pathway here, the soul sand just for when I'm using my soul speed boots, but I don't really want to use them right now. I've spent a lot of time on these nether pathways, fully enclosing them so that they are perfectly safe. The only thing that'll make them not safe is things like piglins and spawning inside, because the pathways are too narrow for for magma cubes to spawn. Otherwise, it's pretty safe. The ghasts can't see in, so they can't explode. So Lily's house is only about a couple thousand blocks away from my house. My house is around negative 2500, negative 2200, and her house is around negative 20, negative 700 or so. Thankfully, I found that even with these little half slabs at the bottom, I don't have to worry about gas coming in, even if I'm in a boat or a minecart or anything. So this is my friend Lily's house. I've been cleaning up all of the creeper holes that I accidentally made at her house because I recently have been trying to mob grind a little bit around her house. So yeah, I'm really proud of how pretty her house is. She spent a lot of time on that. It was the funniest thing because she built a roof and floors before she built walls, so she just ended up sleeping on her roof most of the time. She has her own little villager place down here, so she has a couple of iron golems that spawn down there. My little bed and ender chest that I put in her house. Okay. And she decided to flex because she helped me with with the mining trip a couple times, so she decided to flex and put diamonds around her bed. Eventually her map is going to be even bigger than mine, but in the meantime, we have the same maps. Makes it a lot easier, a lot more cohesive. So she also fishes a lot, so she also has been getting a lot of cats just like I have, and she's been able to name a lot of them. One singular dog, but a dozen cats. I made this little roof area for her, and I think it looks really cute. So off in the distance there is where my addition is. But for now, she's eventually going to be building a little path, like a little house just for her pets. But for now, this is her little area that she has. I think it's really cute. We'll just jump off here. So there used to be a little hill here in between our houses, but I cleared it off yesterday so that I could get more dirt so that I could fill in all the holes. I didn't fill in the holes that are that are the furthest away from her house. Now there's just a bunch of creeper holes. That is a hole from a charged creeper explosion, because there was a thunderstorm here the other day, and I was able to get a bunch of mob skulls from it. Oh, and by the way, I have Frostwalker 2 on my boots, so it makes it so that if I'm ever walking on water, I don't have to worry about having to swim because I just walk on top. I actually kept this little house a secret from her as long as I could, and then I accidentally, spilled the beans by telling her, oh yeah, I have, I'm building a house, and I was like, oh shit, wait. Yeah, so this is like my little red house. Everything in here is all red as much as I can, at least. Like all red foods, all red walls. Uh, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It turned out really pretty. And you can see her house just barely from here. I also, during that same thunderstorm, I found a skeleton horse. So his name is Bixby. We're gonna head back to the Nether Pathway. And the next thing I will show you is my village. All right, so we're going to pop into the minecart for my village, and then we're gonna head over. So, with all of my Nether pathways, all of them lead very, very far away from my home, or most of them do at least. The closest one actually is my end portal, which is only close to like 2,000 blocks away from my house. But I found out that the game tracks how much time you've spent, like, sneaking. So when I'm holding the shift key to sneak so that I don't fall off of the ledges when I'm building the pathways, I have found that I have spent something close to like 15 hours just sneaking. And that's not even including the time that I've spent digging through the walls, because only about half of the journey is digging through the walls, maybe less than half of that if I'm lucky, because it's honestly very nerve-wracking to have to like build through all of those pathways like that just by sneaking over. We're just gonna sleep in the bed real quick so that we don't have to worry about the mobs. Alright, so this is the first part of my villager farm. We have Barnacle Boy and Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar is the one who has my mending. He also, he has the, I think he was one of the only two that I have that were ever, there's a baby zombie down there somewhere. He's one of the only two that I have that I've cured. Barnacle Boy is the other one. So his trades are also really, really cheap, which, especially with the tropical fish and the puffer fish being only one, that's really, really good. So I built this little house for them out of the extra blocks from tearing down the rest of the village. The other little villager house I have is much, much more chaotic. So I have a fully enclosed pathway for my villagers as well, so that if they so wanted, they can just like go between the two parts of the village. I'm not sure if it counts as a full village or if it just counts as two separate villages, because they were both made from separate villagers. Because originally all of the villagers in that house were all at my house. Excuse me, bud. And this little village here, well, not very little, but this village here is made on all of the villagers that originally were here. And then I just built them this little house to keep them safe, so that whenever I do raids, they don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about accidentally losing. Oh, guess it's time to work. I don't have to worry about losing the raid because they're all safe in here. Which also helps that a couple of iron golems accidentally got in here. Originally they were on the outside, that's where they're so damaged. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, so especially with the... Oh, he got stuck in the corner. So, I found that with the Fletchers, they can trade 32 sticks for an emerald as one of their starter trades, with the other starter trade often being emeralds for arrows. So, each villager takes 32 sticks for one emerald, which means that they can trade up to 16 times at once, so that means that you can get up to 16 emeralds from each Fletcher. So you can't really tell because we're currently inside, but this village is in a dark oak forest. So originally, there used to be a giant forest all the way around, excuse me, all the way around this village. There is no longer a forest around the village. We recently started actually replanting the trees and everything, but for a while there's just nothing around after I clear cut most of the forest. So I found that if you take a stack of dark oak logs, you can get 16 emeralds per stack of logs. I also left some of the original trees, like over there. There's like a glitched one where it's like two dark oak trees right on top of each other with like a slab of dirt in between. Like this is how I got all of the emeralds for my beacon from the last video. We're gonna head back to the portal and start on the next leg of the trip. Oh, I built this giant nether portal to try and get a ghast because ghasts spawn in the basalt deltas, so I'm trying to get that one achievement called Uneasy Alliance, where if you take a ghast through the nether portal and then kill it on the other side, apparently, if you sprint jump on blue ice, it makes you go really, really fast. To put in perspective, each of these torches are put approximately 8 blocks apart, approximately. So that's how fast I'm going. That door we had just passed was a bastion that was looted. So this way is the way to spawn. This is a little pathway up so that if people want to just fly over there, they can. It's a lot quicker. I haven't really put blue ice on all of the pathways. I've only put it on that pathway because that one leads another... Oh god. It leads another like 2,000 blocks, like over the nether, in that direction. Every block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld. So the end of that pathway leads to my friend Granite's house, who is a whopping 20,000 blocks away from where my house is. Because my house is at about negative 2,500, negative 2,200. My friend Granite's house is at approximately positive 8,000, 8,000. So, yeah, so that goes all the way over that way. But you can see also, like, the way that the pathways continue on. Sometimes you can see them. Yeah, so you can see how the pathways just keep going. So this... I don't know why he made it this big on this side, but this is the portal that Bushin made. He was very sad to find out that it has to be in a, like, you have to have 4 sides to it. You can't make it in, like, a circular pattern or anything. Okay, so this is the little spawn area. So this leads to the auto smeltery, that leads to the mines. He makes everything look pretty because he just really, really wanted to make something super pretty for spawn. So the reason why everybody is so horribly far away is because Bushin decided at the very, very start, like months and months ago, back when he first started the realm, he decided to tell everybody... This is Iron Man. He decided to tell everybody that they couldn't build too close to spawn because he had a plan to make a grandiose thing at spawn. By the way, this is Bushin's house. That's his dog Cow, his little chicken farm. Yeah, so this is his little house here. So he decided to tell everybody that they couldn't build too close to spawn, and if they did, that they would be asked to move. Oh, here's his little villager farm here. So we found out that no matter how close we built to spawn, how far away, he kept telling us that it was too close. So I built my house like a couple hundred blocks away from spawn. I think I can show where my first house was, because it's like just super close. Because he ended up building this giant portal there, and my house ended up being like right behind the portal, but I didn't know because I'd already built my house there, and I didn't realize that he was building a portal there. So he ended up telling people to please move farther away. He even kicked a dude. Like, you could see those over there. That's somebody's house that was up there, and that also was too close to spawn, or so he said. It ended up being that it actually wasn't too close to spawn, and he was just accidentally being a jerk. Okay, so somewhere over here should be my original house, actually, which was literally just like a hole in the mountain. Ah, so this... Oh no. Yeah, that used to be a turtle farm. I guess somebody let out the turtles. I was trying to get scoots so that I could make turtle shells. Oh, zombie noises. Oh, there might be a zombie in my old house. Ah, here it is. So here's my original house with sweet berries because there's like a taiga biome really close by. But yeah, my very first house. all of the stuff that I had left behind. And then my little mine down there. This used to be my little portal. Yeah, so he kept telling us, all of us, that we were all way too close to spawn, and so out of pure spite, everyone just started, like, going in crazy, crazy different directions. So, if I remember correctly, that right there, I just took a boat and I just started, I just went away. And then I came across eventually, oh, poor thing. I eventually came across my, my little, the little place in the middle of the ocean where I thought it was really, really pretty there, and so I just decided, hey, I'm just gonna set up shop right here, and that's it. I just got very lucky that I happened to have like almost a full stack of lily pads on my person. Yes, thank you. This is spawn. So this specifically, technically, right here on this glowstone is where you're supposed to spawn in when you first enter the world. However, recently we discovered that there is a glitch where the first time players spawn into the world, they'll spawn in, like, somewhere down there, and they'll suffocate to death, and then when they come back in, they pop up here. We're not quite sure why that is. Yeah, so he also brought in, like, a bunch of, like, potions and pies and stuff so that for players that have died and lost their beds for some reason, so that they can swiftly get back to their houses, and then this is like little kits for new players, which is kind of nice. Okay, we're gonna do this so that I can kind of show the area a little bit better. Alright. So this is the other player's house that he told them to abandon, which is now the community farm, basically. Yeah, you can see like the little area here. There's also like a little area in this mountain here that he's planning on making into his house. He's planning on making it into a huge, huge, huge castle, which I think is really neat. This house here used to be a newer player. Her name is Hoshi. She she made the horrible mistake of putting lava in her house. And this is the sign I left. She put a little bit of lava here, and then her entire house burned down. And I felt so bad, because I came up to spawn, like, trying to explore, and, like, trying to say hi to my cousin and stuff, because he had just joined as well. I didn't know that it was her house at first, so I just kind of, like, left a little note being like, hey, your house burned down. Oh, so this is my cousin's house. So he made a little, everyone keeps thinking that it's a pillager outpost because he accidentally made it look like a pillager outpost, but I think it looks really neat. I gave him a bunch of warped wood to make his house out of. So look at that, that's so pretty. What a funky little house. Lots of decorations. Cool. Okay, where's the way up? Oh shit. Oops, 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 oops. Spruce log. There we go. Phew. It's fine. It's fine. Just we'll just not tell him. We'll just not tell him. Simple. We're just gonna ignore that. Look at that. Isn't that a cute little area? He basically has like a little pillager outpost up there, but there's not much of a way to get up there. There we go. Other than like climbing up the mountain and getting up here. Oh, that's cute. He made like a little like it's all covered in vines and stuff. Let's head back to my house then. This way back to spawn, so we can get back to the giant nether portal. So we can get back to my house, and I can show the rest of the, so I can show the pathway to Granite's house. So if we go back this way, back through the thing, we'll head back to the main pathway, which has all the blue ice. So my nether coordinates are at about approximately, like, -200, -300, something around there. Granite's coordinates are around 1,000, 1,000, because, again, like, 1 block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld. Oh, I hate hoglins. Oh, I hate hoglins. I only have the blue ice going about 600 or 700 blocks out, so it doesn't even reach the first corner. The only problem with sprint jumping for so long is that it takes so much... it takes so much food away. And there's the end of the blue ice. So I'll just regular run from now on. So here's one of the, oh, okay. One of the, Nether Fortresses here. Yeah, so somebody made like a doorway into the thing there, into the Nether Fortress, so that they can explore it more if they wanted. Which is kind of funny because it's so far from anybody's houses, so it doesn't really matter. I also found out that going all the way along these, pathways brings you through all 5 nether biomes, so you actually get the achievement Hot Tourist Destination, for anybody that goes from my house all the way down to Mars's house, which is even further than Granite's house. So here is the first corner at approximately positive 1000 on the z-coordinate, which I put a little chest there for like all the way. I actually need that leather. I'll leave that there. I would have to say that probably the Warped Forest is one of my favorite biomes just because it gives this really, really pretty wood, as well as just how pretty the logs are and the fact that, you know, Endermen spawn all over there. Just because I really, really like Endermen. Actually, my favorite mob of all time are actually the Endermites, because I just think they're like really cute, but also equally ugly. And they're just like these little adorable, like little blobs, basically. I recently discovered that there is only like one form of merchandise that people have for Endermites, and it's literally like an inch tall figurine from like those random little Minecraft mystery packs that they sell. And even then, they don't even sell that series anymore. Like, it's an older one from like 2016. At least that's the only one I can find. So now I just have a bunch of Enderman merchandise because that's the only thing that I can really find. Because there are no Endermite merch, I'm going to try and like make my own little Endermite plushie. Maybe out of like felt or fleece or something. Ah, so these are the doors that lead to Granite's house. So as you can see, my coordinates are at positive 752, positive 1079. So this is about as far as I made the pathway, and then that right there is where his house is. Oh! Oh! Alright, go away. Anyways, so these doors over here lead more towards Mars's house. But this is Granite's portal. Right, so this is Granite's little house that he has here. He hasn't really played in a little bit, so he hasn't really gotten very far. But this is his house. Like, he has a... This is his mine shaft here. This is his little house, and it's really cute. Oh, he actually has some good stuff there. Oh, nice! He's netherite. Or at least scraps. Oh, it's nighttime. I should probably sleep. Yeah, so he hasn't been on a little while, and I do want to him to play again, but lately we've been playing Portal a bit. Ah, so here's his little food farm. Isn't that cute? He has like little sheeps in here. Oh, just one. But still, he has like a little sheep. Alright. So the place where he ended up making his house is in a flower forest. Isn't that adorable? Aw. Oh, there are his fish. Thank God. I was scared that his fish had, like, despawned or something. Yeah, so you can see the coordinates there. About 7,000, 8,000 there. Yeah, look at this little... It's so cute. His little flower forest biome. Alright. So we will continue on our journey to Mars's house. Alright. And we go another couple thousand blocks to Mars. So Mars's coordinates are at approximately negative 1500, positive 7500. And I found that the easiest way to continue on the path and the cheapest way for me, because this takes a lot of materials. This is a Soul Sand Valley here. The cheapest materials for me is building off of the end of Granite's pathway. Even though it makes it so that the pathway is even longer, it's a lot cheaper for me, basically. Because I'm the only one that's making these pathways, and I'm just, like, I'm dedicating hours and hours and hours to these. I've put way too much like thought and energy and like time into this world. So that's what it is. His coordinates are at approximately 7,000, negative 1,500. So his x is at the positive 7,000. That's why I decided that to put it on the end of that, because I decided to do the z coordinates first off of my pathway. I'm gonna make pathways towards Hoshi's house whenever I figure out where she put her house, as well as make a pathway to my cousin Phantasm's house, which is the one that I showed with that looks kind of like a pillager outpost. I have no idea where my other cousin built his house, my cousin Shadow. Alright, and here we are at Mars's portal. Let's hope it's not too late in the day. Perfect. Perfectly noon. Alright, this is Mars's cow cube to start with. And then this is Mars's house. He plays a lot of other games, so he also hasn't been on very often. Don't ask me why, he just has a boat minefield for some reason. But yeah, he made his house in a little in an ice, I think it's an ice spikes? Frozen ocean. That's what it's called. I don't know if ice spikes is still a biome or not. Right, so this is his little he has a cleric villager in here, which for some reason he has yet to trade with. I think he was trying to get him to, like, have a lectern, like, be a librarian. Yeah, he has, like, a couple of cats, because dude likes cats in real life. Yeah, he has, like, a kind of a pretty house, just, like, because of all the stuff that he has here. I think it's really neat. He decided to, like, just build his house around this one, spike here. This one big iceberg. I think it even continues to the second floor. Hold on. Yes, it does. But yeah, so he made, like, this little, he doesn't really have too much, not at the moment, at least. Oh yeah, this is some of the COD that I traded to him because, like, months ago, just because he really wanted, to get more COD for the cats. So he could, like, get some cats. Oh, I guess I accidentally left his thing open last time. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he has a chest up here. Oh, it's to, like, throw snowballs. Probably at mobs down below. F. If you guys enjoyed my video, I hope you keep watching my content. But for now, I hope you guys all have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.